Hey, Drew, you killed this shit.
Hey, welcome to In the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast, where we get busy talking about wrestling or wrestling, giving you our reviews, entertaining y'all, and we thank you for joining us. Excuse me, wherever you may be listening or viewing us, YouTube on the 613 Faye Productions Network. I think we broke about 200. I think we're right at 200. Get them subscriptions in. You know what I'm saying? Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Like I said before, we thank you. We love you. Thank you for joining us. And before we get started, go ahead, hit that like, share, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you know when the next podcast is dropping. And leave your comments. We love to hear from you. Also join our Facebook group in the Four Corners of Wrestling. We got about freaking 200 there. Like I said, we trying to get 2 million there. Hey, we here. Four Corner Boys, we back. What's happening? J. Will, Quabo, Hollywood. What's happening, fellas? J. Will, what's happening? What's up?
What's good, Marsh? Good to see you again, bro. We back. We got 4 people in the building today. We got 4.
Hey, we got a triple threat. You know, I'm the ref. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, keep this thing as clean as possible. I'm lying. You know what I mean? Let's go. Quavo.
Lies you tell.
I know.
There's no clean matches here. No clean finishes.
I don't know, man. I mean, you was gone last couple of weeks, so it might be a couple of chair shots for you, man.
I finally cashed in that PTO. I had to use it.
You guys said PTO.
I had to use it. I had to see what Jay Will was talking about, you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I didn't get to visit, you know, the Popeyes in Louisiana, but I got somewhere close. You know?
Okay.
Went to the Bacardi tour. Let's go see Bacardi. Get turned up.
Oh, you ain't bring no souvenirs back?
Oh, I did. We'll get fucked up when I get back in there.
All right. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Let's talk to the man that approved it. Hollywood. What's up, baby? How you feeling today, man?
I didn't approve anything. I didn't know until the day of each time, you know what I'm saying? Brutally, you know, as I might add. But, you know, he enjoyed himself. Cool. He comes back refreshed. I'm not even going to give him no chair shots unless he earns them. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here looking like Riddle. with my gym stuff on still because I never got to change. So yeah, man, let's get it in, man. And you know, he's missed the last couple of shows, so he doesn't know. The people that's on this show, other than me and Marshall, maybe nobody else watches the show. Even Quabo, and he does some of the clips. He don't watch. He just picked the random 30 seconds that he want to take and just tape it and then put it out for y'all. He don't even know what we saying. I could be cursing up a storm, and he, you know what I'm saying? I got a career. He don't care. He's just gonna put it out there and tag my job.
Oh, bing, bing, bing. Let's get started, baby. I love it.
He came in here all wrong with the wrong energy, right? The energy rubs off. You know, Jay Will said, "Yeah, man, ready to go." Even though I gotta give y'all, you know, the beginning of the shows starts with my rants. So we might as well label this Hollywood rants. But
love it.
These guys, every time we try to trademark something, these guys don't ever do it right. So a couple of weeks for months, they was and we the ones. I got them off that. They throwing up the phone, but they're not putting it down.
I gotta put it down, man.
Gotta put it down.
I gotta put it down, man.
Y'all like the 4 horsemen. We're not the 4 horsemen.
Nah, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Down. That's why every time
4 boys up.
Nothing makes this guy happy.
You know what I'm saying? 8 toes down. You know
this guy comes on with a outdated bloodline shirt.
Wow.
No, I didn't mean it the way I said it, people.
Okay.
The reason why I said it like that is because that's what Roman was looking at Sami Zayn like. On Friday.
Hey, he was, bro.
Remember, because that's the shirt that Sami Zayn had on.
Yeah.
Roman
It
had on the
was.
newer version with
Yeah,
all the belts.
Yeah.
So yeah, my bad. Go ahead, Marshall.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Y'all know what it is, baby.
Come
Y'all
in
know
with
what
that
it is.
energy, man. It's,
Hey, hold up. One day, Sammy's going to get his face edited onto the shirt so he can feel like he's really part of the bloodline, bro. I'm calling it right now. Sami Zayn's going to get his face edited on there one day.
Oh, you gonna get it over Paul's or?
he's gonna get Paul taken off and put himself up there.
Sami Zayn might mess around and get a title match, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
bring it around.
He's been so entertaining. He, you know what I'm saying? If Nikki ASH can get a damn title shot and a title, Sami Zayn should get a title match on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Right.
But go ahead, Marshall. Go ahead, Marshall.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's wrestling. That's what we do, baby. We talk wrestling. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Canadians giving Sammy mad love. You know what I'm saying? This past Friday night on SmackDown. You know what I mean? Big shout out to them. But hey, we're gonna jump in to today's topics. Y'all ready, fellas?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. Let's go. So, Mr. Punk, Mike Hollywood's guy, you know, mine and Hollywood's guy, CM Punk. Reports coming out, our guy not being liked backstage, man. Talking about that promo he cut on Hangman and half the locker room. Oh my goodness. Mox came out. First thing Mox said, oh wow, CM Punk dropping pipe bombs out here. I was sitting in the house like, yeah, pipe bombs back, man. Pipe bombs back. The night they record this, they're going at it. Matter of fact, they're not going at it yet, but they're going at it tonight. I think we talked about, you know, it's probably being like a pay-per-view quality match. Tony came out and said, story-wise line, that's why it's happening tonight. Makes sense for it to happen tonight. Let me get y'all thoughts, guys. Hollywood, let me start with you, man. What's your thoughts on this, man? Our guy Punk.
So what is the
coming out saying?
What's the actual question?
All right, let's start with Punk coming out with the pipe bomb first. Burying probably have the locker room and Hangman. Let's start with that. What do you think about that?
Okay, he definitely did bury him, but I don't like the rumors. Like I gave TK the benefit of the doubt when we were talking last week. If you're not, I hate this culture where you could just say something to someone and say, "Don't say I said it." That's some sucker. You know, like if Punk is that bad backstage that he's that, what you're saying, going to the tabloids and to the dirt sheets and telling them that he's a bad person backstage and people don't like him, you think that's gonna make it any better? Instead of you going up to him and telling him, and then you don't put your name on it. I guarantee you, it all boils down. The same person that's talking about TK is the same person telling them about Punk. I guarantee. Watch. I mean, and I'm not trying to defend Punk, because I'm about to go on Punk too. You came back to this, Punk. This is what you wanted. You talk all this about WWE. When you left WWE, other than the McMahons, really, other than the McMahons, nobody had nothing negative to say about you. You were pretty liked because most of the stuff you spoke of was true. You go to AEW, whole new bunch. They don't like you. You got to learn how to relax.
Relax, brother.
Why you gonna go on Hangman, bro? You didn't need to bury him any more than you already did when you took the belt from him. And that wasn't your fault. You took the belt from him. That was what TK did, but that buried him. We ain't seen Hangman in a meaningful match since. Matter of fact, we haven't seen him in a meaningful segment. This is how bad TK buried him. They teased him to be coming back with the Young Bucks so they can use that to bring Kenny back. You didn't need to do that, Punk. That was uncalled for. You know what I'm saying? What he said about Moxley. When I say Sting,
what do you say? Go ahead and quote him right quick.
he said, "Yeah, and you're the third best wrestler in your current group, and you were the third best wrestler in your old group. Seems like a recurring theme for you." He said, "None of these guys here are the best at anything." He said, something about his best friend. I don't forgot what he said fully, but he said something about your best friend. He's the third best Kingston I've been in the ring with, and the second best Kingston I shared a locker room with. And if you didn't catch that, what are you saying is Eddie Kingston's not better than Kofi.
Wow.
Which means what he's saying was the whole AEW locker room ain't better than Kofi Kingston.
Fucked up.
Dog. Yo.
Talk about bringing heat on yourself, bro.
Dog. Oh my gosh. If they're trying to turn him heel, it ain't gonna work. Because he's too witty.
Mm-hmm.
He's too witty. He's what they last week, even though they have their problems, we've been hearing about their problems. I'm getting windy and I'm gonna pass it to somebody else. But even though they have their problems, what they've been lacking in MJF, they got it back with Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Since Punk's been back. They ain't had nobody that go out there and speak a promo that is believable. And I don't mean believable to say like Rell to make fun of Rell. I meant it just believable, and it feels like a real promo.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had that since MJF really left, and then since Punk got hurt. Mm-hmm. Everybody else, it's as much as WWE gets they crap for their people reading scripts. Most of AEW locker room that read promos that sound like they read the script. They just throw curse words in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like Darby. Every time he talked, it sounded like somebody told him to say that. Or he wrote it down himself. Mm-hmm. It don't sound like he just said, all right, play. Or record. And he just goes out and starts talking. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man. I mean, I just don't think that. Yeah, man, I just don't like it. Like, again, Punk was wrong to me. Unless we find out more about what happened with him and Hangman. He was kind of wrong to do that. It kind of made Hangman look real bad. And yeah, man, I think that, yeah, but also at the same time, it's probably some truth to what's been said about him. And I just wanted to put the person, whoever said it, just put their name on it, man. Mm-hmm. Put your name on it.
Mm-hmm. It seems like something's coming out every week, yo. Every week.
Well, you called that a long time ago. You was like, when stuff starts going bad with AEW, it's going to get really bad. Because in the beginning, TK wasn't this TK. Mm-hmm. He wasn't as cocky. He wasn't as boastful, boisterous, or whatever the word I'm looking for. But he wasn't this brass. He wasn't
braggadocious.
Yeah, braggadocious. He wasn't any of this. Mm-hmm. He told us he wasn't going to be on the screen ever.
I was not expecting to see him on Twitter or
nothing. He said he was going to be in the background. You know what I'm saying? And he was going to be booking. The more and more and more and more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? It started with Brody Lee, and I understood that. Mm-hmm. But it also made it look like you were trying to be the opposite of what Vince would do. All right. See, Vince would do whatever he's going to do behind closed doors for the family. He's not going to go out there in the middle of the ring and make a big deal out of it. Mm-hmm. Not saying that Brody Lee wasn't a big deal that shouldn't have been made of, but I'm saying Vince wouldn't have did it like that. Tony Khan, from that moment on, he's been everywhere. He do all the media scrums, and it's like, bro, like, we don't care about you. We realize that you're the same type of person we are, just with money. Mm-hmm. You're a person that booking a wrestling show with their favorite wrestlers, and that's why we can't fully hate you. But what you're giving us right now is the wrong thing, and you need to control. And it's not even just the product. Backstage, you need to get that in control because it's reflected on the show. Every time we hear something backstage happen, we look at the show and be like, oh, we see why that happened. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The only person that seems like they ain't got no problems is Jade.
She that bitch. What she got a problem for? She undefeated. She got the belt. She getting all the money. She cashing checks.
We'll see when the people that keep losing her start complaining.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's go to our other AEW resident, Jay Will. What's your thoughts on the matter? You heard anything?
What is more surprising to me of all the leaks that has been going on of these no-name people, why there hasn't been just a flat-out word that Punk has gotten into a fight with somebody? Because it's like at this point, we can't. You can see it happening. You can definitely see it happening. Even if it's just a rumor, you can kind of see what's, like to Mike's point, you can see what's happening on TV. You can clearly see that there's a problem. The person who's leaking this information, man, the money that they're getting for saying these things and not saying their name, not putting it out there. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? TK fire you? The whole situation is like is messy, bro. It's like we said, like I've said before, missteps cannot happen right now. They can't make any AEW can't make any missteps right now. This is a huge. This is 10 missteps happening all at once, back to back to back to back to back to back. Something got to tighten up there. I don't know what needs to happen back there because I ain't there, but bro, it got to get together. It really has to get together. Egos got to get checked at the door. You're there to work. Hangman, gonna be a hard recovery time right now. It is, bro. It's a hard recovery right now. There's where else do we go? Like to Mike's point, we said before, it makes sense to put a belt on Punk. It makes sense. He's a huge name. You put it on a star, but not to the detriment of someone who held the title for you for a good chunk of time. And he took it off of Kenny Omega. You took it off Kenny Omega, and now what can I do with what can you really do with him at this point? What can you do? Yeah, we know that Punk is a star, but what can you really do with Hangman Page now? It hurts him. It genuinely hurts him, and it's going to hurt AEW in the long run. It's going to hurt him.
Quabo, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I like it. It's entertaining to me. I feel like it's one of those things that we haven't had enough of a buzz from an AEW segment like that one. I think the controversy of both belts being there and having it John and CM Punk at the same time, I think that's what was needed for it to give it that kind of a pop, or give it that kind of a I don't know, like a spotlight for everybody to be talking about it. There's enough talk on what he did. I don't really know how to feel about his shots. I feel like I expected Punk to go after somebody, but going after like Mike said, going after Hangman, I feel like that was like beating a dead horse. He already took away the momentum that Hangman would have had at all by taking that belt off of him. So I feel like that was kind of pointless for him to take another shot at him. But I don't know, maybe they kind of turn that into a work and build that into some kind of a feud. I don't know. I do think that right now with Punk coming back and bringing that kind of star quality to the belt, it's exactly what they needed. Because I don't know if I would have been as entertained with Moxley holding the belt. I feel like it would have lost kind of like that kind of like I don't know what the word is, maybe panache or star quality. But having Punk with it, I feel like it's gonna be more entertaining, and you're gonna be able to see. I guess maybe you might be able to see him turn heel. I don't know. This might be that moment where he does turn heel. Because I'm kind of tired of babyface Punk. I kind of want to see him go heel. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent. It's catching everybody's eyes. It's making everybody watch. So it's good for TV.
No, that's not true. Their ratings have gone down. So everybody not watching.
Well, we're talking about it. It's got
I
to be
mean, because
something.
it's wrestling, because it was in the news. And I disagree with you as far as saying Punk was the best option for them. And I agree with Jay Will. I don't think they should have took if they was going to ride with Hangman the way they said they was going to ride with Hangman and this shit was planned. Hangman should still have the belt right now.
But Tony said he was going to ride with Punk.
No, he said he rocked with Punk. But what I'm saying to you is, for the long run of that company, for the success of that company, someone that hasn't wrestled in 7 years, that just lost 2 UFC fights, and ain't wrestled again in 7 years, within 1 year, he took your top belt from the youngest champion that you ever had. And then you buried him. That don't help the company. Yeah, the eyes are going to be on for Punk, but they didn't even crack 1 million. So Punk is burying it. You know what I'm saying? Punk is burying your talent and you're not even getting 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like Rampage has gone down like humongously down. The viewership for that has gone down humongously. The Dynamite numbers are going down, not as bad as the Rampage joints are, but they're sinking down. You can't afford, like Jay Will is saying, to have a slip up right now, especially when the other company is hot.
Yeah, steadily climbing every week. Like I think SmackDown hit 2 mil this week. I mean last week. Like, Brian, you can't make missteps. You can't.
Like I said before we recorded, TK, hop that war shit out there now. Go to Mondays if you feeling froggy, leap. Go to Mondays, see what's up.
This ain't it ain't even a squabble right now. You can't call it a war. You can't call it a battle. This ain't even a fight. This job like it's like a squabble at the moment, bro. Because if your squad isn't organized and cohesive, you can't make it happen. And especially people don't really talk about morale of a company. If your morale is low, people ain't going to want to do it. They're not going to ride for you. Like more and more these days, I'm really feeling more and more that the MJF thing is real. It's 100% real. It's hard to not see the writing on the wall with it now. So like we
he's supposed to come back tonight.
Yeah, I'm at the.
We'll see.
We'll see.
You know what's weird? Well, not weird, but what's funny about this show? In the beginning of this show, you know what one of our old cast members was saying? Colin. He was telling us that people are going to start going to AEW because of how great of a person TK is. I remember somebody on this show. I don't think I was on the show yet. I think I just was only the producer at this point. But somebody said, until Ish hit the fan. And we're at Ish hitting the fan right now. So we'll see how they, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to judge a man when his back against the wall. I like to see what he does first to see if he can fight back. So let's see what happens. And if they fight back, then yeah. If not, right now they're in that spot where TNA was at, where it could go. And they can be here for you know what I'm saying? Or they can go, because the impact is pretty good. I'm not even going to sit up here and lie to you. But go ahead.
Hey, well, my final thoughts. Hey, like I said, they call you the Oracle. The seer, baby. The seer. You know what I mean? I read something, heard something. What's my minute? Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff said that AEW, like TK needs to calm down. It's not a competition. You're like a mom and pop shop going up against, you know what I'm saying, the big time supermarket. Like, calm down. You know, you're just in the same business. It's not a competition. You're not taking away any stocks. It's not a competition. As Jay Will pointed out, SmackDown, reviews, ratings have gone up, which brings us to our next topic. Raw ratings have gone up. They did over 2 million, which was up again from last week. Stocks are up. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. Okay. Uh man, jumping up into this one. I'm gonna combine two topics in one, just a little highlight. Conan even spoke on it and said, yeah, this is like the same position that WCW was in back in the day. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the vibes are high. Everyone is happy. You know what I mean? Vince is no longer in creative. Triple H is in creative. You, Hollywood. I mean, let me go to you, Jay. Well, we went to Hollywood first. Let me go to you. Like, sky's the limit. What do you think is going to be coming out of the woodworks next?
With WWE or AEW, what's going to be happening?
Now with WWE. Like I said, ratings are up. Over 2 million views.
Mike said last week, and I 100% agree with him more and more every single day. People are going to start coming back. I mean, the door is wide open. It ain't cracked. It's up. Look, you see that? You see that door right there?
Mm-hmm.
Wide open. And Jericho today, or it was an article that said something around the lines of Jericho said people talking to him about coming back.
Mm-hmm.
How much I believe that is very little. However, people coming back. Ember Moon, baby girl, you could be off of dark and be back.
No, she can't.
They not contract. I mean, I'm questioning the length of that contract. That's what I'm questioning. Because some of these people, I'm like, yo, it would be better for you to come back. Naomi is without a question. Naomi and Sasha are coming back to WWE. It's not a question. It's literally when. And I'm thinking they're going to get because now they took out the NXT girls. They took them out. So now this is the perfect time to be like, well, you know what? We were going to wait for the finals. We're going to go ahead and throw them in here now. Nope, you don't think so?
That would make no sense. They left as the champs. Why would I have to go? No.
I mean, they could spin it and be like, no, we can't let you guys just get back in. You have to earn it.
No, that defeats the purpose of bringing them back. they hell no. They wouldn't. Hell no. I think what's going to happen is whoever wins going to have to fight them. They just not going to do like AEW and be like, they're the interim champs. They just going to be like, well, they were the champs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
I mean, it could go the way you saying it. I'm not saying I just don't see it.
We do know we don't know for a fact. Sorry.
That's some Vince shit. That's some Vince shit to do.
But we know the feeling is there. They're coming back.
Right.
It's just a matter of when and how it's rolled out. I think it was Colin who mentioned it in our chat earlier this week with Johnny coming back. It wasn't no interruption. It wasn't no sneak attack. It was just he was out there. At least the one thing for sure is Triple H is bringing people back, but he's not bringing them back the same way every single time. He's staggering each different way that you can attack a situation, and it's like that's a wrestler mindset. That is a very creative mindset because you're not repeating the same trend over and over again. Brian, it's hard. You can kind of predict where it's going to go, but how it's executed, bruh, it's so up in the air. Paul, Triple H, Levesque, my man, bruh, you doing some good work. I'm ready to see what's going to happen.
All right. Quabo, vibes are high, man. Everybody still singing na 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 na. Hey, bye, Vince. Like it's an old party back in catering, man. Like what you think's gonna be? We got a new intro. You know what I'm saying? Finn Balor, he got his because they did take Edge Judgment Day theme. I was mad that they was just using that. I was like, when they gonna get their own theme? So I'm glad Finn got his own theme music. So they put a little remix on that.
Right.
What do you think is gonna be next? No change that old Paul Triple H gonna bring to us next.
I'm hoping he makes it happen and he brings back the Fiend. That's just me. Bring back Bray.
Okay.
I hope that happens because I feel like that would be great. It would just be great. I feel like a lot of the I guess heavy hitters in NXT are going to start transitioning into the big leagues. I feel like it's already happening now with Dakota Kai, with Io Shirai, um, but I feel like he's going to start bringing in some more talent into SmackDown, and it's going to definitely bring up the women's division. At least I hope so. With respects to Raw, I mean, it's Triple H. We had Gargano on there, so Johnny Wrestling back. You got to scoot back a little more, Mike, when you do that thing. Try to get. No, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to scoot back a little bit. You got to scoot back a little when you do it. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he talking about.
But yeah, man. I mean, that's the one thing that it's like now Raw. You're starting to see what Triple H can do, and it's noticeable that it's him making those moves. So, let's see what's next. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. You never
That's
know.
the beautiful part of it.
And that's a good thing.
That's a beautiful part of it. Yeah. How they say? Damn. I guess I'm blowing the quiz. Go ahead, Hollywood. I'm gonna blow the quiz. Let you go ahead.
Hey, man. So obviously Quavo doesn't listen to the show because what have I been saying? He just said he wanted the Fiend back. We done said this a couple weeks ago. Everybody that can get back is going back. Don't worry. Catch a fly. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
But you got the body for it, so go for
it. You got the
endless night.
I'm too done.
Whoever's doing the clips. Under the sky. Under the You're gonna hear all that, Quavo. Don't worry. It's coming. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. But nah, man. Something Quavo said that was interesting that I guess I think a lot of people don't probably know is now people get to see what Triple H can do. And you must not have been watching NXT, not you, but people must not have been watching NXT to know. For us that used to watch NXT, this is nothing. Wait till he get to really getting this bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is light. You know what I'm saying? Jay Will pointed out everybody he bring it back, he bring it different. Dexter Lumis literally kidnaps The Miz. The next thing we see on the screen is Johnny Gargano. Not wrestling, not having to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then he interacts with Theory, so they teased the way. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. I do agree with Quavo about them bringing some women up for SmackDown. That would help boost the roster. The only thing that you said that I kind of disagree with, you said heavy hitters. I don't think NXT currently has any heavy hitters.
They got Braun Breaker.
I don't think he's a heavy hitter yet, man. I think you got to let him. I put it like this. I see the potential in Braun. I see him as Warlow. If you mess him up, it's done. We don't talk about Warlow at all no more. And it was a point in time when we said after coming off the MJF feud, he could have been in the championship. Wasn't he the number one contender?
He was.
Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't. He never even got a chance to fight for the belt. Matter of fact, he was the number one contender, and that's when everybody started getting on him because Moxley became the number one contender out of the blue. Remember, Wardlow won a match, and then they tried to feed us the bullshit the next day. It was Wardlow on the. Remember, it was all on the internet. Wardlow on their rankings was number one,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, everybody pointed that out. Was like, you know what I'm saying? People being, just jackasses, just playing around. Like, how he number one, and technically he wasn't with the company. So then they automatically just made Moxley the number one.
That happened not too long ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's again, there's Wardlow.
Right.
So I think
not on TV.
I think with Braun Breaker, you got to slow build him. I think he needs to dominate NXT for at least the next 6 months. You bring him back. You bring him up the day after WrestleMania.
I can see that.
The WrestleMania,
I can see that. Yeah. The Raw after
WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania. Yeah. Bring him on that Raw, and that will make him. But keep him down there for a little bit longer. I think pretty much everyone down there, even Carmelo Hayes, who I think is going to be I think Carmelo Hayes is who y'all think Montez Ford is.
Okay. All right. So I like what he said. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what I mean?
I do think that, knowing Triple H, I do think he's going to sprinkle a few NXT guys into the Rumble next year. I like it is that's definitely going to happen. That would be a good time to get people's reaction to Braun in the Rumble, get their reactions off of him, and then like give that taste, and then he goes back, and then like Mike said, Mania.
Well, I don't think that would be a fair representation because in the Rumble, everybody gets a pop.
That's true. I mean,
so yeah, I think everybody gets a pop in the Rumble. So, but where I would like him to get his not main roster debut, but to get his main roster taste. And if it's Triple H, and I guarantee, because this already happened, Survivor Series. If he still has the belt, Roman still has the belt, and if they split up one of them belts, the same way they did Keith Lee with Roman and Brock, or I forgot who was in that three-way. I forgot who it was, but the way they did Keith Lee, that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. So yeah, man.
Cool deal. All right, so moving on. We was talking about AEW when we first started. So, question you fellas. All this stuff about Punk and everything. Y'all think Punk gonna walk out? He gonna quit?
No.
He gonna stick with the company? Quavo, what you think?
No, he ain't about to quit.
No. All right, Hollywood. No, Jay Will, what you think?
He ain't going nowhere.
Nah. You think if his contract up, he gonna resign or what? Or he just gonna call it quits? He gonna resign, call it quits, or
he's done after the contract's up.
Okay, what you think, Quavo?
I feel like, and it's funny they made fun of him because I think was it John Moxley who said it? He was like, "You only came back because you ran out of money."
Mm-hmm.
But
he ain't out of money now. He's writing for DC or what is it? He's writing for DC and AJ writing for Marvel.
He didn't come back for no damn money.
They ain't short on money.
Yeah, he wasn't showing no money.
Yeah, them DC checks doing them just fine.
That was just a good witty line to say back, but yeah, there wasn't. He ain't come back for no money. They say Punk is frivolous about everything, so
probably still got them UFC checks.
He probably still got that damn Money in the Bank WWE checks. That's the way they say they say Punk really lives like
a regular person.
Yeah, they say even when he had a bus, he didn't even want the bus.
Right.
So
and he don't have no vices. You know what I mean? Tattoos is his vices, I think. So
right.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go in different direction right now. We're still talking about AEW. We're still gonna talk about AEW, but this time we're gonna talk about helping AEW. All right. So AEW, we're gonna try to give you some help. The guys are gonna try to give y'all some help with this question here. Jay Will, start with you, man. Pick 3 people, 3-person team to run AEW's creative. Help get them some ratings. Help get them some boostings. Pick three people that can help them with their creative, man.
All right. So as we can see, it is beneficial to have a wrestler, at the very least, a former wrestler helping you with creative. my first person I'm bringing in to really help with creative, William Regal. I would have William Regal on my team. I would 100% have him. The actual managing the talent, getting them in line, helping with the creative, I'm going to go with good old JR. I would have good old JR on my team. Now, my third person, you got to have somebody who was there with you in the company. You can't. I think you would have a wrestler. That's tough. That's tough. A third person. What is the dude that he ended up being a boxer, but then they actually he's on creative now. What's his name? Like his gimmick was he was a boxer, and then he went to managing somebody, and now he's on the creative team now. Oh,
On who creative?
Mark Mero.
huh?
On who creative team?
On AEW's creative team.
They
now.
don't have a creative team.
No, no. What is his? He has a title. He recently just got a title change. Like, sorry, not title in the belt sort of deal. Like he has a whole new position in the company. He was a wrestler, then he became a manager. He was managing somebody. What is his name?
T. Marshall?
Is it? Yes.
From the Nightmare Factory?
Hold on. I'm gonna Google him. I'm giving
No. We don't have enough time for that.
No, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna find out.
Okay. Marshall, before you let Quavo or myself go, could you give us some rules? Is this a realistic thing? Do the people have to be in the company? Or could it be hypothetical? We could pick anybody.
Pick anybody. Pick anybody.
Let me just say this to the people out there. I'm not gonna Kirk. His people sucked because all those people are already there. And they don't listen to them now. So his people suck. Quavo, would you like to give a better list first, or you want me to go?
Nah, I'll let you go. I want to hear.
Now that we know the rules, y'all, this man picked William Regal, Jim Ross, and another dude that's already there.
He was a boxer. I was about to say Butterbean. I don't know, but he wasn't. He's only boxer. Bart Gunn.
If you can make AEW better, and you can put the people on the creative team, who would you put on the creative team? Yeah, everybody's already there.
Aside from TK.
All right, so first person, Paul Heyman.
Okay.
Second person, Triple H.
Okay.
The third person, man. Kevin Nash.
Okay. All right, Quavo. 3 people for AEW Creative.
He said Paul before I could say it, but I definitely would go with Paul.
Okay.
Johnny Russo, who's doing lead writing for NXT. Johnny Russo, who's doing lead writing for NXT right now.
His name is Johnny Russo?
Yeah.
Come on, Vince. He's like related to Vince Russo?
No, he's not related.
I don't know. I don't think he's related.
Oh, I was about to say.
But he's lead writer for NXT right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to just go off of what he just said with Triple H, because Triple H has already had a creative for WWE, so it's like you take your competition, of course. And I'm not gonna put somebody who's already on that team. Maybe D'Lo. Take him out of Impact, bring him over, see if something changes.
Okay.
But just out of curiosity's sake.
Okay. So who's your third guy, Jay Will? Got some pretty good guys.
I'm still trying to QT Marshall.
QT. Okay. Why not just say Cody?
No, I want Cody where he is.
If you want AEW, why do you want Cody where he is? You're the one that running it is the question.
Right.
I don't.
It's a creative. We're trying to get the ratings back, man. We're trying to get the ratings back.
Who said I want to see that company succeed?
This.
You said what?
What's the point of the question if we're not trying to help the
If
company
you own the
succeed?
company, then why wouldn't you want your
that's
company?
Like saying, why do I want to pass the exam?
Right.
Jay Will's the kind of person.
No profits.
He's the kind of person that go buy a card and burn a card just for the insurance
Right.
money.
No, and then have the investigation team find out that he burned it out.
Right.
He wanted to burn the car.
Profits. I want to be in the bed.
I would also consider Taz on there for creative.
Taz probably the one that's snitching.
I was about to say, hey, that's a better question. Matter of fact, next question. Who y'all think snitching? I think it's JR.
I ain't going to swell to you. That's the first person I thought of. Because the
JR get mad, yo, he just got going off, dog. JR don't give a fuck when he get mad, dog.
Nah, what I think it is with JR, I don't even think he's telling the source. I think he's talking to his mans. His mans is telling the source. Because everything that we've heard that he's worse than Vince. Again, like I said last week, for someone to say that person, one, had to work for WWE.
Right.
Two, had to have a headset.
Right.
There's only 3 people on the headset that's been in WWE. Tony Schiavone.
Right.
Jim Ross.
Right.
And Taz. That's 3/5 of the people that be on it now. Oh, and Jericho.
Wait, on no, there's
You
more.
forgot Paul White too.
No, there's more. There's Mark Henry. There's
And they don't count because they don't count.
Yeah,
they can still be leaking.
No, but what I'm saying is for them, the report was that Tony Khan on the headset is 10 times worse than Vince ever was.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They didn't wear headsets. I'm talking about, that's what I'm saying. You can narrow it down because based on what we've been told.
I'm going with Schiavone.
Let's check it out, right? Check it out. Right. In Hollywood, you can contest to this, okay? Look, y'all just coming back, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back, y'all. But this has been like an ongoing, the Four Corner Boys. We have our own investigation going on here. This is like the 3rd week. we're getting close, and right now we got suspects.
Reverse mafia. Who did it?
We know, bro. It's either J. I'm 100%.
I'm going with JR, bro.
I think it's JR too. But I can see everyone. I can see all of them snitching. I could definitely see Jericho snitching.
Yeah.
Hey, tune in next week, y'all. We might have some more clues.
Wait till he go back to WWE.
That's when the book gonna drop.
Yep, and he gonna tell everything in AEW. That whole Stadium Stampede match, it wasn't my idea. It was a stupid match to even come up with. Who the hell thought of that? Right now, he said it was one of my best works of my life. Wait till he go back to WWE.
Oh man, that's gonna be a piece of shit. That I told him who to call. He didn't want to call the Pyro Company. He was like, "No, I got a guy."
Yeah,
I'm like, no,
right.
Don't call your guy. Call my guy. He's proven. He's WWE. No, he worked for WWE. I'm calling my guy.
No, not even WWE. He gonna say, and the book is gonna be in quotes. I told Tony I know a guy. You know, I've been with Fozzy for years, and we do concerts. So I was gonna give him my Pyro guy, but he said he knew a guy.
Oh man.
Hey, no. Jericho knows how to tell a story.
I'm telling you, watch what. Wait, I never bought none of them wrestlers' books. That one I'm buying.
Oh no, I'm buying that one. Hey, all right. So as I was saying earlier, Conan has confirmed. AEW is in trouble. Says a lot of people are pissed at the booking. He's reporting this on his own podcast show. Says this is exactly how WCW started to get. So you know, Conan, my man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he said people calling him. Conan said people calling him. So that's one confirmation source right there. Conan gonna tell it. He said people calling him, telling him this shit fucked up over there. So
crazy deja vu. I could have sworn seasons ago. Didn't I say like there's some things that's happening that are very reminiscent of WCW happening with them? The money being thrown out, picking people up, picking up talent from other companies. Like, I swear, stupid deja vu. I swear I said this.
Yeah, we all said it. You're right. Conan just confirmed that we ain't crazy.
Okay.
So
because they did the same. They did the one thing that every freaking wrestling company does that's tried to compete with WWE. They bought WWE people and then stopped focusing on their people.
Yeah.
We said what? I want to say first season, Friday's first episode, focus on you. As long as you focus on you and what you're going to do, the product you want to put out, you'll be fine. And they swayed away from that.
If
Swayed away
AJ
from it.
Styles would have been pushed as the same way that John Cena was pushed in WWE, he would have been TNA would be a lot higher on his totem pole than they are right now. They brought Hogan in and Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy and Christian and
Macho Man,
Kurt Angle, you know, all them people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I won't say Macho Man because at that point, Macho Man had been away from WWE longer than he'd been in WWE. So that don't necessarily count. We get our greatest memories from Macho Man from WWE, of course, because that run was legendary. But he was out of the company way longer than he was with the company. So he don't count. I'm talking about the WWE guys that were coming straight from WWE that they just started shooting to the top. Jeff Hardy came there and they gave him a whole custom ugly belt.
Which he messed
That
up.
was an ugly belt, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't, TNA made that mistake, just like WCW made that mistake where they brought in all the WWE guys and the focus was on those guys instead of your guys that have been here. That's why I said Hangman Page. If you're going to, John Moxley technically is a AEW original because one, he wasn't John Moxley in that WWE.
Right.
And two, he's been there since day one. Chris Jericho, technically, you could say he was a WWE guy, but what we've known about Chris Jericho, he's wrestled everywhere. And he's been there since day one. Kenny Omega never went to WWE. He was in the developmental, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we know him. He was a New Japan guy. Those are three champions that are three original AEW champions. The fourth one was Hangman. Had the shortest run, the most lackluster run, and then he loses to the WWE guy. The ultimate WWE guy. Every one of them other ones lost to AEW originals. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Hogan like Flair lost to Hogan in WCW. Remember we watched that shit. Bash at the Beach 96. I mean, was it not? No, 94.
94. Yeah.
94. When Hogan went in there and took the belt from your boy, Ric Flair never mattered again in WCW. So it's kind of the same thing with Hangman. And yeah, man, they just need to just focus on their guys, man. Darby doesn't matter anymore. Jungle Boy don't matter no more.
That's so true.
Luchasaurus doesn't matter no more. Sammy Guevara doesn't matter anymore. Jake Hager doesn't matter anymore. He never really did, but he don't matter anymore, even more.
Right. Yo, you pronounced all of them right. Good. Yo, that's 5 for 5. Go ahead. Hey.
The Dark Order doesn't matter anymore. I can keep going. There's a lot of AEW originals. Sonny Kiss doesn't matter
anymore.
You know what I'm saying? No, none of their original people matter. Right now on their screen, they're about to have 2 WWE guys. And I said I give John Moxley, he's an AEW original, but again, to someone that's
well, technically a TNA original, but yeah.
Huh?
Technically a TNA original. He was John Moxley in TNA.
But he's not a TNA original.
He was John Moxley in TNA.
But he wasn't a TNA original, is what I'm saying to you. A TNA, when you say original, you mean the people that started with the company. He started with AEW. When AEW started and opened up their doors, he was there. He wasn't remember, we watched the first TNA pay-per-view. He wasn't. Yeah. I'm not saying to you he wasn't a TNA. I mean, he wasn't an original. But either way, if you watch wrestling in the last 10 years and you're a casual wrestling fan, in the last 10 years, remember, AEW has only been around 3 years. You're going to watch the TV screen and see 2 WWE guys.
Right, 2 XWEs. Yeah.
And you want to be telling, we got 5 of them up there right now.
The best,
4 of them. Excuse me, 4 of them.
The best part where they was at, and that back then, this is when Colin Jose actually was the defender back then of them, when they had the transition between. Who did Kenny take the belt away from? Moxley, right?
The Mox or Cody? Was it Cody?
No, Cody never had it. They put that stupid stipulation in Cody's.
Oh, that's right.
Might have been Moxley.
It was Moxley. It was Moxley. It was Moxley. Moxley beat Jericho.
Yeah.
that was the best little, to me, kind of where, to Jay Will's point earlier about AEW, they should have thrived off of that. Because for real, they were gaining when the pandemic, when we was in quarantine and all that, they were gaining on WWE. That's when WWE, let's call a spade a spade. Even though WWE's been bad for some years, that's when it got really bad. Mm-hmm. It exposed them their flaws, where they didn't have good talkers at the time. Mm-hmm. They didn't have, you know what I'm saying, great workers, and the great workers
and they didn't have the crowds, and that shit looked whack.
Right. So with AEW, it kind of looked cool because they was out there still cursing and doing stupid. Now they did some stupid stuff, like when Matt Hardy debuted and the drone just came out of nowhere. But you know, yeah, man.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, just small correction for you. Remember earlier you said Hangman had the shortest run. He technically had a longer run than Jericho did. From what I'm seeing, he had it for 197 days. Jericho had it for 182.
Okay, so when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. However, to everyone here,
yeah,
if he didn't tell us that, would we have believed that?
He still got the short stick.
It felt like Chris Jericho had that bitch for 3 years.
Yeah.
He's still getting the short end of the stick at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Like, I'm wrong about the numbers. You're 100%. Like, I ain't got no problem admitting that. But let's be real. Did Hangman joint seem longer than Chris Jericho's? Hell no.
No. Hell no.
Chris Jericho lost the belt the first day he won it. Remember when the fan took the belt from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Golden Corral, one of them places they was at.
I remember that. Like they had it for hostage or some shit, didn't it? They had a ransom for that shit.
You got it. That's what I'm saying. It felt like Chris Jericho had that bitch for a long time. If you would have told me, I believe it because I know you're not lying, but if you would have told me he had it for 200 some days, I'd have been like, shit, I believe you. I'm surprised Hangman had it that long because I didn't believe that he had it that long.
It definitely didn't feel like it.
Also, the number of defenses are drastically different too. Like the number of defenses is looking from what I'm looking like is like Jericho had way more defenses than, which makes a difference in how booking is being done. Like it just shows. I think I said it last week that the number of defenses champions are having now are kind of ridiculous. Like they're super low numbers. Like what was it? Swerve and what's his name? Swerve and Bum Ass Lee. They just had their first defense like 2 weeks ago.
And even tonight, they just ran out tonight. They didn't even defend it tonight.
And that's like
you don't even know who the tag champions are in AEW. Let somebody tell you, and then you're like, "Oh yeah,
that's right."
Oh, but don't forget they got trio belts now too. So that's also.
We already know who those are going to.
You know what's interesting? And Jose didn't get to speak, so I wanted to yield some of the time, to him. But we've heard stuff about Punk. We heard stuff about Cody. We heard stuff about TK now. You know who we don't hear nothing about? The Elite. We don't hear nobody complain about them. And they the roots of all the problems for real. Because that bullshit they did to FTR, and Jim Cornette's really the only person talking about it, but the bullshit they did to FTR, not trying to put them over and putting it on Keith Lee and them, and say they put somebody over instead of putting over FTR, that was some bullshit. When Big Swole was talking about the women's division, she wasn't talking about TK, she was talking about Kenny, because Kenny was the one that ran the women's division in the beginning. So it's interesting that we don't hear people talk about these people because they're their friends, but they just stay as instrumental in people's downfall in AEW as TK is. But
Lexity.
Quabo, final thought.
I'm really trying my best to want to care, but I'm kind of watching this match. Marshall, come on, man. This I mean.
You disrespectful little shit. Anyway, moving on. So the injury update. Nah, you already said what you said. You're watching the match. Watch the match, you fat fuck, and shut up. So the injury update.
We're gonna get demonetized because of this, Mark.
So
And
we
now
want to
you're
wish
fat
out
shaming
some
me
well
too?
wishes. Listen, you're watching the match. Shut up and watch the. Shut up and watch the match.
So
You
next
said
week
you
you
watch
guys
the
have some
match.
shit to say.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That's not my show.
Yeah. All right. So in the update, we want to wish well wishes.
Hold on, Marshall. Remember when we used to say that Quavo was going to be forever a babyface?
Mm-hmm. What I tell you?
It just the switch just happened. The
I
double
told you.
turn just happened. I'm a babyface now. I don't care what y'all think. I'm a babyface now.
I told you Quavo was going to be a heel this season. I told you Quavo said he was going to be a heel this season.
That's fine.
He came out first season not giving a shit. So anyway, watch the match. So yeah, Bobby Fish gives us an update on Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, since they have not been seen on TV since August 3rd. Says it won't be long until the boys are back. So he's the only one that's fully healthy, and he's just waiting for them two to get back so they can get on their roll. Big E, we want to get well wishes to Big E.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw that. Damn.
Crazy, because Big E is saying that his dating life has been affected by his injury, which is crazy. You know, he got that big old neck brace on. And Gigi Dolan is out with a concussion. Want to wish her well wishes. She got injured in this match this past week. All right. So next, your boy Rey Mysterio, y'all, talking about retirement after 12 surgeries on his left knee, torn bicep that they had to go in twice to repair. His back, all that says his knee is his main concern. So with that, him talking about retirement coming up, man, who you think his final match to be up against? Jay Will. Rey Mysterio talking about retiring, man. Who should he have his final match up against? Don't you dare say Dominic. He ain't ready yet. He ain't ready yet for Dominic.
I do think if he did fight Dominic, it would be good though.
Dominic ain't ready for Rey, man.
It would be a passing of the torch.
I think he need like another 6 months at least.
I think
he's
it's
ready
perfect
now.
time. It's perfect time.
Yeah, I was thinking. I knew I kind of figured y'all was gonna say that. I just want to throw a little few on the fire, just make sure y'all sure. So we all in agreement. Dom should be that final match for Rey. He done won the tag team title with him. He wanted to do that.
Well, the person that it should be is dead. Rest in peace. No disrespect, but rest in peace.
Right. Yeah,
I think that should have been both of their retirement matches. It should have been Eddie.
That would have been great.
That'd have been sweet.
And that's the first Eddie Punk was talking about that actually mattered more than the other Eddie.
So I mean, I think it should be Guerrero, but I think again, here goes the Dominic slander. It's like, God dang, man.
I just had to pour fuel on the fire.
The boy can't get no break, bro. He get choked out every week and it look believable. And no one can
No, you know what? With that, I'm not even mad at him at that. I envy him. I want to be in that position getting choked by Rhea.
Rhea posted it today. Gotta go on Twitter, go on Rhea's page. Somebody yesterday when Rhea on Raw, when Rhea hit somebody, I think it was Edge in the nuts. Somebody said, "Do that to me next," and she got the clip on her Twitter. It's hilarious.
Oh man, I love her. She's so.
I know why Jose really doesn't have anything to really say about this because what we just saw, Lord have mercy. How many more topics we got?
A couple. Yeah, because I got to rewind it and see what y'all was talking about.
Can we get like
fast forward or yeah.
Can we do like 2 more topics and then the rest of the show end it so we can like really process this for next week?
All right, cool. So let's see. We'll go to the next one. All right. I'm gonna run through this real fast. All right, for the fans watching. Comeback news real fast. As everybody pointed out, Trish is back. Victoria's talking about coming back. Johnny Wrestling is back. Johnny Gargano is back. Road Dogg is back. Bray Wyatt is sending encrypted messages. He will be back. And Sasha and Naomi, they are coming back soon. Wait for it. Quick question around to everybody. I love it, Hollywood. I love it. Quick question, everybody. Is Theory the one? Quabo, go.
No, he's not.
Okay, he says no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Some
yet.
more work.
Yeah.
Okay. J. Will, is Theory the one?
Define the one.
Come
Like,
on, man.
The one, man.
I
It's the
think
next-
I think Theory has a bright star. He's going to go a long way. He's going to go a long way. At 25 years old, he's doing pretty good work. He's doing great work.
Not Randy though.
So that means no. Yes, no. Maybe so.
I think he's the one.
Okay. Hollywood, is Theory the one?
I'm gonna go with possibly.
Okay.
I can understand what Quavo says because right now we don't look at him as that way, but again, we didn't look at Cena the same way.
Right.
When Cena came out with the exact same outfit as Theory, the exact same outfit as Theory. No one thought he was going to become what he became. So, to Quavo's point, I see right now why Quavo would say no, but then I also see why J. Will would say yes. He need to grow a beard, get the little goofy little chin strap joint out of there.
Soul patch, get rid of the patch.
Right.
Grow
Get
a
some
beard.
whole man there. Yeah.
He-
Okay.
Grow a beard.
He needs to be repackaged. He needs to be
Yeah.
repackaged.
Grow. You know who he needs to come back like?
Who?
Batista?
AJ Styles when he came to TNA and he started wearing jeans. And
Oh
he
yeah.
started being a regular person.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Back when he had the get ready to fly.
Remember, that's when he grew his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to come back just like that, like a regular person, regular dude. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, you know what? John Moxley him up.
Yeah.
All right, I can see it. Nice. Okay. Next, real fast. WWE Draft is happening after Clash at the Castle, which is going down on September 3rd. Does the draft need to happen? Hollywood.
No. Okay, so I got to get back to producing the show better and filtering what you guys do.
Say no, I'm about to go to the next one because it's real fast.
Because it's a report that it's not going to happen until after WrestleMania.
Oh, okay. Does the draft need to happen? Period. Then.
After WrestleMania, if it does, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because let's just say that they I'll make it quick. Let's say that they, you know what I'm saying, they do split the belts or they make up a whole new belt for one of the shows because we know that the companies USA and Fox have stated they want separate belts.
All right.
I told y'all that a long time ago. That's why they have it.
Mm-hmm. Trying to call you the Oracle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if they do that, it would make more sense to do it around WrestleMania. Well, if they do it now, that's cool. But when you split it up, give it some time for those shows right now to develop some feuds that will be cliffhangers. For example, you could start a feud starting after Clash of the Champions, whatever the shit called in England. No disrespect to England, but I don't know. I don't know.
Clash at the Castle.
Clash of the Castle. After that, let's just say you have your SmackDown roster, you have your Raw roster. Let's say Drew has a belt or Drew's the top dog. Well, Raw's the one without the belt. So let's say Drew's the top dog on Raw. Right now, you can build up feuds for the next couple of months. And then when the draft happens, split them up. But then you can come back to that feud anytime if it's good. Or you can keep that feud going. Either way. So I always think, I can't say that I always think, but I think the draft is helpful sometimes, especially when it's done correctly. And I think if you do it after WrestleMania, then it could be done correctly.
Okay. Jay, Will, what you think? Should the draft still be going on?
Yeah. I think it's a good thing. Freshen up lineups, better opportunity for writing, for narratives and stories. Yeah.
All right, cool. Quavo, you concur?
I hate to concur because I usually don't like switching up a good thing, but I feel like they do need to spruce it up, and that, like you said, it'll give them opportunities to create new feuds, new storylines, maybe even break up some tag teams and give them opportunities to go singles. They usually end up doing that, so could be a good thing if they do it the right way.
Okay.
I hope they don't do that though. You're right, they do that stupid shit.
They do that.
Yeah, I hope they don't. I hope that Triple H boosts this tag team division up.
I hope so too, because trust me, you can have other tag teams on there that give you FTR quality.
I don't know about that yet?
No.
Ooh. Let me ask you that.
Woo. So no. Who are those Viking guys?
Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
I don't think they
I
FTR.
like them.
I don't think they FTR good yet.
No, they're not. But I like them. They got potential.
They were formerly on the Indies known as the War Raiders, but you know, publicly traded company.
Right. Okay.
No war. Chairs, but no war.
Moving on real fast. AW, cut the check for us. Cut the check, AW. So AW got the WWE biography. They got DX.
Hold on, AEW got a
A&E.
Oh, I just said AEW got a WWE biography. I said when?
Terrible.
JR, he's writing a book.
You know what I'm saying?
All the leaks.
Tell all book. Give him a tag it up with it. So they got DX WrestleMania 1, which be airing on 9/4. Rey Mysterio's, which airs on the 28th of this month. I believe Edge is available, and Kurt Angle's. Which one is you guys looking forward to seeing or want to see? I know probably me is DX. Quavo, which one for you?
Normally I would have gone with DX, but I kind of actually want to see Kurt Angle.
Okay.
See what he's got to say.
Okay. Jay Will, what about you?
I'm going with Kurt Angle too. We see a lot of DX stuff. Like there's a lot of oversaturation of DX stuff in the media.
Okay. Hollywood.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've never watched any AE show, WWE show. I never watched none of them.
No.
I've never watched none of them.
You've never seen Miz? No, they're USA. Damn,
they're not bad.
The WWE Evil, yes, I watched that, but that was AE.
The WWE Evil joints were good.
Yeah,
I watched. Good. No, you know me. I've had the network since day one. I've watched pretty much everything on there. I'm talking about like the AE shows, like the who were they doing? They were doing they did the older ones before, like Hogan and Rick. I never watched none of them. So but if you, I mean, I guess I probably Jay Will just made me think because I didn't think about it before, but I would have probably said DX, but we pretty much know damn near everything is about DX except what they ate for lunch at this point. So I probably say I don't want to see Rey Mysterio because I think same with him. We probably know everything about him. Kurt Angle, we know everything about him too. Damn it! Like,
so WrestleMania 1.
No, we know about that too. This is, I think they need to start getting it, and this is what people have been saying about WWE. They have to start creating soup because that huge gap is from the Rock, Stone Cold era to kind of now. It's a huge gap that doesn't even get talked about. And part of the reason why we just watched the biggest star on the TV during that era, Punk is over there, Daniel Bryan is over there, Cena's doing movies, so he can't really got the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that era hasn't been talked about yet.
All right.
Those people haven't been taught the Edge.
That's true.
Edge biography. You know what I'm saying?
Or Batista, or
those are coming. I got a feeling those are coming.
Yeah,
they're not old enough yet.
But but no. Yes, we are because
no, I said they aren't.
Nah, I'm saying they are though. What I'm saying to Jay Will's point, how many damn times do we got to hear about DX? At this point, I don't think that X-Pac is that much older than freaking Edge.
You're right. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like for you to say that, not saying you like you the bad thing that you said, but you're saying they're not old enough. I mean, Edge was in the Attitude Era.
Right.
In the beginning of the Attitude Era.
Well, you know what? They did just come out with an Edge joint not long ago. So I guess he's like getting into that. Because one thing I've noticed,
the Cena.
I may have said
Christian, Mark Henry's, they're
like,
gone.
We're getting to that age now where there's going to be coming out now because they are coming into that age where they're doing it. We just probably haven't seen it yet because they haven't done them yet. But
I don't know,
in that.
I don't know, man, because we to Jay Will's point, we done seen 57 million DX joints.
Right. But I'm just saying, like maybe they're coming out, like I said, Kurt Angle. They're just dropping the Kurt Angle one. Edge is out now. Like I said, they got the Edge one. So,
but what I'm
Rey
saying
Mysterio.
The DX ones were coming out when they were actively DX.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like I get what you're trying to help them out. I get it, but nah, it's a lot of them joints that the reason why they can't tell those stories because the people ain't home. You can't tell John Cena's story without talking about CM Punk.
Right.
Or Batista. You can't tell Batista's story without talking about John Cena.
Right.
You can use all that old bullshit footage they had because, of course, they had DVDs back then.
Right.
All of them had DVDs, but most of these new, from what I see from these AE biography things, it's a lot of new footage they got.
Mm-hmm.
So to get these right, a lot of those people got to either come home or not be employed by AEW because, again, Mark Henry, Big Show, Taz,
Mm-hmm.
JR.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got a JR documentary.
Right.
And he'll probably spill the beans.
Oh, he gonna tell it all.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people that, that era, we need to start seeing some of them. I'm with Jay Will. I'm kind of like not really. They kind of started with that era with Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I feel like we've seen 60 million Rey Mysterio documentaries.
So you'll check out the Edge one then?
I'll check out anyone that I probably, for the most part, y'all know me, I'm an almanac. So I most of this stuff that come on, that's another reason why I don't watch them, because one, I ain't got the time, and two, most of the stuff that come on there, like I already be knowing, like the New Edition movie when it came out, people was like, oh my God, Michael Bivins tried to kill Bobby Brown. I'm like, duh, it was in the book.
Low key, that's a good point though, because we watched some of these things in the moment. We saw things happening as it was happening. So
Cash grabs, damn you, AEW.
Especially because in fairness, I'll give in context, I'd much rather watch a Dark Side of the Ring than watch the A&E joint because WWE is involved in it. Versus
WWE was involved in the Dark Side of the Ring too.
Yeah.
People didn't know that. They were.
Okay. Well,
that's why they stopped doing them, because they said that after the Dark Side of the after the plane ride, they was like, nah, this went totally the way we didn't.
Totally side. We ain't expect to go like this.
Yeah. That was a good. That was
the highest rated Dark Side of the Ring, right?
I wasn't saying the same thing that you were saying, Jay Will, because technically, yeah, we did watch a lot of these things. I'm saying, like for me, like as a New Edition fan, I've always been a New Edition fan all my life. New Edition came out when I was born. So when stuff was happening when they were young, I was a kid, so I didn't know none of this shit. But when I got older, listening to them talk, I've heard these things and I've read these things. So when it came out in the movie and the people that ain't as informed as I am, they all shocked. I'm like, oh, if you paid attention, they've been told you this stuff happened. So that's what I'm kind of saying, like with wrestling, with even though I haven't seen a lot of this stuff, I knew about the plane ride from hell 10 years ago, probably, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Not 10, I don't know how long ago it happened, but, that was, when it came out, when that happened, people been knowing about that. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these things, that's why I'm saying I kind of want to see more of these people that we don't know about. It sucks, but he's on my TV screen right now. I love to see a Dean Ambrose one.
Yeah.
So we can see more about him, because when he was on the Stone Cold podcast, we didn't really get to hear too much, about him. Right. He was kind of standoffish, so,
Yeah.
It's AEW.
A Michael Cole one.
A&E, you're hearing us, right? Y'all hearing us, right, A&E? Cut the check. That's all we do, man. We just help people out, man, here in the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast. So check it out. We about to wrap this thing up. We got a pay-per-view coming up in a couple of weeks, fellas. We're going to be reviewing NXT Worlds Collide. And as I pointed out earlier, Clash at the Castle. So get ready for that. Mandy Rose, before we close out, is she going to win over 300 days as champ? Does she retain or does she lose? Before we wrap it up, Jay Will.
She's retaining.
Oh, okay. Quabo.
Oh yeah, that'd be stupid to take the belt away from her right now.
Okay.
Especially who she got as her competition. I mean,
Hollywood.
Quabo is a smart man. He knows what he's talking about. Right now, she might be not the most known female on their roster out of everybody, NXT, SmackDown, Raw. She definitely is one of the most consistent people they have right now. She might be more consistent than Bianca right now.
Yeah, surprising.
You know what I'm saying? She means more than Liv. She don't mean as much as Bianca does.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
But she definitely means more than Liv. And she, if you want to talk about somebody that had a career rejuvenation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the smartest things for her. Like when she did it, she changed everything. She's not the blonde.
She's not the girl next door. She's not. She's the bad girl.
Thank you for that.
The bad girl.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that, man. Because I was thinking the exact same thing you saying, bro. Like it's shocking to me, man. Listen, man, I'm that's dope. Mandy Rose, if you ever hear this, you were kind of like one of them like people. John Cena said this to CM Punk, and I'll end it on this. And CM Punk said he was offended. John Cena said when CM Punk won his first title, he said to CM Punk, "Congratulations, kid. I almost gave up on you." That's how I feel about Mandy Rose. Like, you always had the potential. You always had a great look. But right now, I hope they don't take the belt off of you right now. Yeah. I hope you get to keep it for the long time. I hope you get to be the longest reigning NXT. Before you come up to the main roster, I want you to be so established that you are a threat to whoever's holding the belt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I've been loving you since you was rocking all that gold on the main roster, not doing nothing.
But
loving you then.
Well, I give you that. You do giggity.
She wasn't very good. Let's call it.
Nah.
Yeah.
But all saw the potential.
She's come back from her slip at WrestleMania. Okay.
That too, but
big time.
One thing I would say about her and Liv Morgan, I give this to Liv Morgan. And Ruby Soho, if you hear this too, I'm not dissing you, but I'm just telling the truth. With Liv Morgan, Mandy Rose, Nikki ASH, a Dewdrop, Natalya, Shayna Baszler. These women, the reason why I name these women, they never look like they give up, no matter how bad they look. And we always say this, it's the person that makes the gimmick. Even though Liv Morgan's gimmick sucked, every week she came down the ring, all that, you know what I'm saying, with the blue tongue.
Fake tears every week.
Ruby Soho, you can tell she didn't like what she was doing. These other women I named, every single week for us. That's why I got to give Mandy Rose her applause, man. Like,
You said a name that really stands out to me, Natalya. Look how long Natalya, out of all the women, Natalya's been in the longest and has come out every week and put her best.
Naomi's another one.
Naomi's another one.
Naomi's another one that no matter what they give her, she's always come out there and tried to make sure that she entertains us no matter what. We don't know what's going on backstage. Until this recent thing with Sasha, we never knew how Naomi felt. We used to be like, push Naomi. We didn't know how she felt backstage. You know what I'm saying? Like, consummate professional, man. And
I got one for you. Lana.
Who?
Lana.
No.
How many weeks we see Lana get put through a table?
Yeah, but we knew what that was about. And she and
no, she came out and said that it was like a storyline that was supposed to have a build-up.
Yeah, I know, but then it turned into a punishment.
Hmm?
Then it turned into a punishment when her husband left.
And she still showed up.
Say that because she
still showed up like a professional.
Nah.
She could have did the what's my girl name? What's my girl? We always call her out. What's rolled down to the ring in the females Royal Rumble?
Gail Kim?
Gail, she could have did a Gail.
No. Okay, so here's the thing. The reason why I don't give Lana the credit that you give her, because she never looked like she was like every time she looked like she was about to go through a table, she was like, oh.
Like she was flopping through a table.
Yeah, like she was like not even just flop that too, Jose, but not just flopping, but at the same time also like she didn't want to do that, which is fine. You cannot want to do it. The people I'm naming, Liv Morgan went through that table every single week, and every single week she went through that table, it would have been a different way.
And she would have given you real tears every single time.
Every single time. No, at no
yeah,
point in time,
everything.
at no point in time did we feel bad for Lana. We was like, damn, she just went through another table.
Wait, we started counting.
Yeah. Liv Morgan, we would have felt bad for Liv Morgan. We'd have been like, all right, come on, Vince, stop, dog.
Oh man. So we would start crying for Liv. Why? Stop.
Right. It would have stuck full circle. She would have made the fans cry.
Even somebody like Shayna Baszler, that's a heel. If somebody every week came down and put her through a table every single week, we would have felt bad for her. Lana, we didn't give a damn. We was like, yeah,
get another table. Put it through another.
We look forward to it.
Oh my God. Hey, and with that being said, this has been In the Four Corners of Wrestling podcast. I am your host. So, Miss Hollywood, tell the people where they can find you at.
Oh, so this is a new thing? Oh, no. I thought you said no, never mind. I don't know. I don't know where you can find me. I'm just mumbling. M Turner 304. By the time this airs, though,
hey,
I'm out of Facebook jail.
Hey.
Just did my bid 30 days. I was in that thing like, that's why I got, because I'm ready. Homie about to pick me up from outside, cuz. Listen here, cuz.
Up, 4 trays down,
listen
baby.
here, cuz. I did my hard time in there, cuz. Facebook jail, cuz. It wasn't easy.
About to be on the metaverse.
I was reading people post, cuz, and I was like, cuz, look here, blood.
4 quads, baby. 4 quads.
Yeah. Michael Turner on Facebook. Mike T, just Mike T on Twitter. And yeah, man, 613 all day, you know.
Okay, all right. Jay Will, tell the people where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at _Pharaoh_Will with 1 L _. You can also find me on Twitter at JWill_4CB, or is it 4CB _JWill on Twitter.
There you go. Quabo.
You can find me at Jose Quavo 8 on all.
I'm sorry,
at J Quavo on Twitter.
He's a fool, yeah. Hey, once again, I'm your host.
No, let him go ahead, man.
He said it. You done?
No, he ain't nobody hear him.
Oh, go ahead, Quavo. Quavo, go ahead and get your social, man. I was fucking with you.
I already did it.
So
nobody heard you. If you heard what I was doing, then that means nobody heard you.
You got to say it again.
Nah, you good.
Okay, you can find him at Jose Bonilla, but Bonilla on Facebook, because I don't want to jack up his last name. That's
you already did. No,
I stopped myself. I corrected myself before I did. Not like you.
See how hard it is pronouncing people's names? I don't care. See how hard it is
pronouncing people's names? Jose Quavo is one of them. Jose Quavo 8 on IG. Because he got so many damn Jose pages.
He does have a lot of pages.
I'll be trying to tag him and I'll be like, dog, is this one this?
You gotta find the right profile picture and shit.
I don't know what his Twitter is, but TikTok, Jose Quavo 8, I believe. And you can also find him on OnlyFans. He sells pictures.
Subscribe now? I don't know. What?
Oh my God. Send help.
got shit all over me. Oh my god. Oh man.
Whoever doing the clip this, clip it.
Oh my God.
I gotta get it together. Oh my god. Okay. And I'm your host, Soul Man Simmons. Hey, just find me, yo. Hey, lead us into the professionals. Don't try that. We out.
And I told you every week I'm gonna give you time, Becky Lynch. Hit the boom.